Hi, I'm Ed, and today I'm going to be going over a particular safety feature that I think a lot of us in the side-by-side community kind of either overlook or we just kind of don't really understand the purpose of, and so we kind of just junk them and again don't really understand them, and that is netting. Okay, so this is the standard netting that comes with a deluxe 2022 model. And so one of the reasons why I'm kind of pointing this all out is because I think a lot of us, from what I understand, are kind of taking either just removing them entirely or rolling them up. Or one of the things that I was doing was I was taking it and just kind of rolling up at least just the corner, so that way I'd be able to look out the corner edge and be able to see at least for a trail edge or a road I was about to cross or something like that. So, but all the other ones I was securing. But there's a particular problem with that. These things have a particular purpose that I think a lot of us don't understand. And so here is the purpose. When a vehicle like this does happen to tip, which is talked about on our little warning disclaimers, that we tend to kind of gloss over and then ignore. If these things do tip over, where do our hands most naturally end up doing? End up trying to block or try to help brace for impact or anything like that. We don't normally hold on to bars and stuff like that. So what do the nets do? They help to keep everything inside the vehicle. So if you have a hard top door or sidewall doors, obviously that does not apply, but these nets do serve the purpose. So anybody that's removing the nets, that is a particular risk you're adding. So the reason why I know this is because I ended up putting my arm out and I ended up breaking my wrist. So I'll show the x-ray right here. Boom, there it is. So what happened was we ended up tipping over onto the left side. I put just too much speed on a right-hand turn. I had just more weight on the vehicle. Done the course multiple times, but this time more weight. Just didn't do the turn right and ended up tipping over onto onto our left side. I put my arm up, and because I have the net open like this, my arm went outside the vehicle and ended up in the dirt. I got some road rash on my arm and ended up breaking the radius bone, as you can see on the x-ray, and so now I'm going to be up for surgery. All right, so just for a little bit more context, we'll go ahead and take a look at this. This is the video clip from Richard Petty in 1970 at the Darlington NASCAR track. So here's the crash. And then he hits the wall, he ends up flipping, and then you see what happens to his arm. It looks a little gruesome because he ends up riding with a rag in his mouth, and then he ends up coming out. So it looks like there's a lot of blood and everything like that. But look specifically at what happened with his arm. So right after this, NASCAR ended up mandating that the nets would be on all of the windows for the NASCAR vehicles, and then if you end up in a wreck and then you were fine, the NASCAR drivers were also instructed to just put the nets down to indicate that you were okay. That's a standard safety measure. So for this, again, they're included on our side-by-sides nowadays. So why not use them? And just in case anybody is wondering, because they don't RTFM, read the friendly manual. There's an entire section on side netting, and it talks about the nets are used to help keep your extremities inside the vehicle during a tip over or a rollover. And it even describes how to mount them properly and everything. So I'll even walk through and show how to do that on mine. So per the manual, this is how the back is all set up. So obviously you have your main points here, and then the net goes on the inside of that bar, and then obviously the clips goes onto the inside where there's clips on the inside of the bed right there. And then if you obviously I can unhook the backs, the bottom parts of the net, and I can roll it up, so make it easier to be able to clean and stuff like that. But anytime there's anybody in the back of the of the Pioneer here. I'm going to go ahead and have the nets deployed, or in the front, same thing. So don't do what I was doing, which was having the bottom part of the net unhooked and then rolled up, so that I can see out of this a lot easier, because ultimately that's where my arm ended up going, and that's how I ended up breaking my wrist. So be very, very cautious if you take something like this, something that's cheap. It's not just hillbilly windowing, and then just chucking it, selling it, ignoring it. These things have a purpose, a reason. So hopefully you're paying attention to this, because it has happened to me. It can happen to you. If this is helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I have other helpful videos or other things I've done with my Honda Pioneer. And happy, safe riding.